One of my favorite fighters in Gervonta Davis is fighting this weekend against Leo Santa Cruz, and that's a fight I'm really excited about, so let's preview it here. Gervonta Davis is an animal. He's like a little blend between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's a guy that could box, he's a guy that could punch, he's a guy that has aggression, but a guy that could stay calm. He's really got the whole package in terms of what you want out of a fighter. His biggest downfall has been that his promoters have been building him up slowly, so he hasn't fought the level of competition that people want him to see. He's in a weight class with guys like Lomachenko, Teofimo, Devin Haney, and all the other guys, Ryan Garcia, and we haven't seen him square off against any one of those guys. One could argue that they maybe robbed him against a glory moment like Teofimo had against Lomachenko by not allowing him to have those fights earlier on. But he finally gets a test in a fighter like Leo Santa Cruz, who's a solid Mexican fighter. He very much fights like a Mexican fighter. He's high pressure, his punches hurt, and he throws a really high volume of punches and stays busy in there, tries to wear you down, break you down, and end the fight that way. He's also a multiple-time world champion, so the guy is a solid opponent. But what I think is going to happen in this fight is that Gervonta Davis is going to look really impressive. This opponent is kind of tailor-made for Gervonta Davis. A guy that comes forward will allow Gervonta Davis to counter with some impressive and some thudding counter shots and get Leo Santa Cruz out of there. I almost compare it to Mayweather's first pay-per-view versus Arturo Gatti. I think it's going to be a bloodbath of that nature. The only thing I see raining on that parade is if Leo Santa Cruz's game plan is actually not to come out and pressure fight a puncher like Gervonta and instead try to box him, right? He might try to use his feet, use his range, and stick a move on Gervonta Davis, which can make the fight drag a little longer than it has to. But I think after a few hard shots, Leo Santa Cruz will eventually get back to his old habits of turning it into a firefight, and I think the firefight actually favors Gervonta because of his power. I try to be vague with my predictions, but in this case, I'm going to say that the left uppercut is going to be there for Gervonta Davis. He's going to either knock him down or knock him out with it, and then proceed to end the fight that way. So I'm calling Gervonta Davis around the 8th round via stoppage or knockout, and then he can move on to maybe fighting some bigger opponents, right? Maybe a Ryan Garcia, maybe a Teofimo Lopez. He's actually called out Teofimo, and that's a fight I really hope gets made because it's really two big punchers, two great boxers facing off against each other that are both undefeated. Let me know what you guys think about Gervonta Davis and what you guys think about this fight in particular in the comment section below. The fight that hasn't got enough attention is Usyk versus Chisora. Usyk is often joked about as the big Lomachenko. He was the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world and pretty much cleaned out a very talented pool of cruiserweights. And he did that through the Super 6 tournament, of which he was the winner. He's currently undefeated. But that wasn't enough for Usyk. He wants heavyweight glory. So now he's up in the heavyweight ranks. He's already won his first fight, and now he's facing Derek Chisora in his second fight as a heavyweight. Now, Derek Chisora is a guy with some losses under his belt, but he's always been competitive with the top guys. And it seems he has a renewed mindset. He's got David Haye managing his career, who they've had their own problems in the past, but now they're friends, and David Haye's kind of guiding his career. And Derek Chisora seems to have a renewed energy about him. He's in better shape. He looks leaner. It looks like he's ready to go and he's ready to fight, and he looks like he wants to do something special in the heavyweight division, and that kind of drive can make the fight more complex for a guy like Usyk. But I think in the end, Usyk's boxing skills are going to take over. The guy has a really high IQ, and I think just the output of clear punches landed will probably end up stopping Chisora somewhere late in the 10th or the 11th round, or maybe just cruise Usyk to a comfortable unanimous decision. This is not a fight I really see Chisora winning unless he clocks him with a big punch, but a guy like Usyk, who's always clean, always sharp, is very hard to catch. He's very, very, very hard to hit cleanly, especially by a heavyweight, which tend to be slower. But it is heavyweight boxing, so anything can happen, which is what makes this fight really exciting, and it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time, guys, so we definitely catch this fight. What I'm really excited about if Usyk gets past this is him becoming the mandatory for one of the belts. I would love to see him against a guy like Anthony Joshua. See two guys who are really good boxers, one having the puncher's advantage and the other coming up from cruiserweight having the speed advantage. That's a clash that I'm really interested in seeing. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this fight and who you think is going to win, and what do you think the future holds for Usyk at heavyweight. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Sean with Brawl Brothers, and I'll brawl with you guys next time.